So last night, the Dragon Ball Super official page released the monthly draft pages for Dragon Ball Super's manga, specifically for this month, chapter 62, featuring the continuation of the Moro arc, where Moro, if you remember at the end of 61, was about to die. Vegeta had him beat. He escaped. He absorbed, or he ate, literally ate. I don't want to call it a fusion, but I guess it is a fusion, but it's a different kind of fusion. He eats 7-3 and transforms into this new Moro 7-3 character, and now Vegeta and Goku may indeed be in trouble. So let's go ahead and take a look at the draft pages here. Again, this came out last night. I was supposed to have the video done then, but a bunch of stuff was going on, so I'm a little bit late with this, but I will give you my thoughts and analysis on what's going on. And the good thing is that originally I was going to do two videos, one discussing, these draft pages, and the next one going over the translations, but I had the translations already courtesy of Dragon Ball Hype, and of course the translations came from Kagari, Aaron Van Duyn, and K. Going Isla, who is actually not really a member of the community, but did this for Hype, so we do thank Isla for that. Is it Isla? Is that how you pronounce it? I think it is. So, new person, again, but happy to have them help us out here with these translations. So let's go ahead and go through some of these draft photos, and then I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, translate all of this. The chapter is going to be, read you the translations. The chapter is called Being Cornered. So it looks like it's going to be a chapter where Moro, with his new form, is going to give these guys a lot of trouble. But after looking through some of this stuff, it could be more trouble than we thought. So there is Moro's new form. Some folks have said they don't like this form, and to be honest with you, I kind of somewhat agree. I think Moro's previous form, like when he was an old man, then kind of became young, I really like the way that form looks. This form seems a little bit more generic. It's kind of like that whole hit, sell sort of look. Classic Dragon Ball look, yes, but I feel like Moro by himself is probably a little bit cooler. But that's, again, only my opinion. Now, keep in mind as we go through these that the pages are from the early part of the manga. So what happens at the end, the cliffhanger, the middle, we don't have that. We don't know. We just don't know what's going to happen with this arc. We just know that this is what's going to happen early on. So the new Moro here, of course, very overconfident. We have Piccolo, we have Goku, we have Gohan, and Jocko, and the rest of them just kind of concerned because now they're dealing with a real threat. And I'll be honest, there were a lot of problems in the last manga chapter, a lot of weird dialogue, a lot of strange statements made. But with that being said, which I agree with you guys, it was just weird. With that statement said, though, I do like what they're doing with Moro because he is offering a real challenge for Goku and Vegeta. This battle is not over yet, and he's bringing a real threat here because he's more of a tactical fighter. But now, with what happens in this manga chapter, it could end up being a serious problem based on what he does. So let's go ahead and keep going here. Goku is there. We have Moro, it's good art, you know what I mean? And we have Vegeta there getting ready to fight. Now, a lot of you guys were asking and commenting about, why doesn't Vegeta just use the spirit separation technique to separate Moro and 7-3? Well, the answer to that is I believe he actually does try. Here we have Vegeta lunging in, trying to attack Moro, but Moro dodged. Now, what I said in response to that was that I felt like if Vegeta could just separate Moro and 7-3, this arc would not continue and the battle would be over and it'd be very anticlimactic. So even though that might make sense as far as if you were Vegeta, the story has to continue. The plot armor will protect Moro. So essentially what happens here, though, is that Vegeta tries to attack Moro and he can't connect with him. So Moro and 7-3's fusion has given Moro more speed. Now I want to hop over to the translations real quick so I can give you the actual statements that are being made and then discuss what's going on. So, we're going to go back and forth here between the actual pages and the translation. So let's go ahead and discuss this. So it's translated here. It says, the chapter opens with Piccolo saying, "Oh, this is like the power of 7-3 plus your own." And Moro responds by saying, "Yes, that is the way it is." So, yeah, obviously. And then Goku says, "He's like an ant who just keeps crawling back," which is a great line, but I feel like that applies to a lot of villains in Dragon Ball, especially during the Z era, because if you remember, there are guys who you thought were beaten and kept coming back. It happened with Frieza, with Cell, and with Buu. You think that they're done, but they just keep crawling back. Even Vegeta in the fight with Goku was near death as he crawls to the ship And then, of course, Goku tells Krillin not to kill him because he wants to face off with him again. Now, if you've watched the dub, they totally butchered that scene because they made it seem like Goku was being compassionate and thought that Vegeta would turn good. But that's not the case at all. It's that he wanted to fight him again because Goku even admits it in that scene. He goes, "I'm sorry, I'm being selfish." And Krillin, of course, lets him have it because Krillin and Goku have been friends and because Goku did save Krillin's life. So he's like, all right, fine, you can have this one. But Goku definitely wanted to spare Vegeta, right? But again, he crawled back like an ant. So there you go. Anyways, I don't know why I went off on that tangent. I just really love the Vegeta saga, the Saiyan saga. I love it. It's a great, great arc. Go back and rewatch it if you haven't seen it in a while. So to move on, Vegeta suddenly soars up above everyone yelling, "Then again, I can just rip you apart." So again, it sounds like when he says rip you apart, I don't know if he means like just beat him up and just tear him up like, with his fists, or if he means literally with the spirit separation. That's what I'm a little bit confused about, what we're talking about here. And then it says here, sorry about that. It says here, Moro dodges his powerful right swing. Vegeta breaks the ground with his fist, and Moro jumps away in a clean escape. Vegeta then jumps back up to engage Moro in a mid-air fight, but Moro effortlessly dodges all of Vegeta's fast-paced kicks. Moro says to him, "It seems like we're both using violence to chase after what we want. If so, aren't we committing the same crime?" That's weird dialogue. Toyotaro's writing is kind of dumb, if I'm being honest with you, because that's a dumb line. No, we're not committing the same crime, bro. You're the criminal, and I'm trying to stop you. Like, if I was Vegeta, I'd be like, yeah, I'm using violence to stop you because you're a bad person who is doing bad things and is not going to be reasoned with. That's how it is in the real world. That's how it is in the fictional world. Like, that's a dumb statement. Like, are we committing the same crime? What crime? Yeah, it's violent because you're a prick. That's what I would tell him if I was Vegeta. Come on. And this part right down here appears to be that part right there where he's talking to Vegeta. Vegeta does not land a single kick. Now, I really love this paneling here by Toyotaro. I really think it looks great. He's still not Toriyama level, obviously, but the way that he does these kicks, I think looks really, really good. And then moving on here, Moro snickering, and Vegeta looks like he's actually having a lot of trouble here. And then Moro here, as you can see, blocks Vegeta's punch, which we're going to get to here in the next paragraph of the notes. So it says here that Gohan yells out in concern, "Vegeta, seriously, it's impossible to predict the outcome of this fight." No, he doesn't. Well, that's a weird way to yell, but yeah, okay, that's fair. Whatever. So Gohan also notes that Moro should have a time limit of 30 minutes on this power store. So I totally forgot about that. Completely forgot about that 30-minute thing. Or maybe I just never heard it. Either I forgot about it or it was just a new thing they introduced. I don't remember. Leave a comment down below and let me know when they introduced that, because I legit don't remember that. I'm not saying it's never happened. I'm saying I don't remember, but it may have not happened. I don't remember. So anyways, it doesn't matter because it's a 7-3 thing. And then it says here that Moro says, however, that this simply isn't true, as he ultimately just recovered his own original power to begin with. So I guess the 30-minute thing does not apply here. Vegeta looks extremely surprised as Moro grabs the back of his neck, yelling as he twists out of Moro's grip and smacks his hand away. They are all shocked to see that in the middle of Moro's palm, there's a circular image of Vegeta. We can assume that this appeared after Moro was able to touch Vegeta on the back of his neck. Vegeta says, "What's going on?" And Moro responds by saying, "I also received 7-3's ability to copy." Gohan says, "I don't know about this copy," and Gohan then says, "It appears that you can copy the power of the person by touching their neck, just like 7-3. Duh. I mean, that's obvious. And then Gohan says, "Maybe now he seriously copied Vegeta's power." See, that's dumb dialogue because it's too much dialogue. We as the reader, we know, like, I'm not going to sit here and nitpick Toyotaro, but it's coming off like that. We know what's going on. We've been reading the manga. He doesn't have to reiterate, like when Moro says, "I'm able to touch their neck, copy their power by touching their neck," that should be enough for us as the audience to know what's going on. But then Gohan says, "Maybe now he took Vegeta's power." Yeah, of course he did. That's what he does. And that's the scary part, is that, if we go to that scene right here, as you can see, look at the look on Vegeta's face. Like, Moro is taking him, like, pause. Look at that right there. He's taking his power. And so now, presumably, Moro has all of Vegeta's tricks, including the instantaneous movement, the instant transmission. Think about that for a minute. And he's got spirit separation. So presumably, again, I don't know for certain if he took all of his abilities, but he definitely took, some of his abilities. And as you can see right here, this is kind of creepy, yo. Vegeta's face is in his palm. Like, that's weird, you know what I'm saying? And that signifies that Moro now has Vegeta's power. And there's Gohan talking too much. So, yeah, that's going to be a problem because Moro now has access to all of Vegeta's, well, presumably all of Vegeta's moves, including the ones that he learned from the Yardrats. And that's going to be a problem because those are the moves that these guys tried to use against Moro. You know what I'm saying? Moving on. Final paragraph. It says Moro punches Vegeta in the abdomen and then delivers a powerful headbutt to him to send Vegeta back a fair distance. Vegeta gets up and is holding his head in pain and sees Moro floating in the sky surrounded by light. Vegeta then recognizes that Moro has begun one of Vegeta's attack forms, yelling, hey, as Moro says, the Big Bang attack. Is that correct, Vegeta? And he launches the powerful attack straight towards Vegeta, which we're going to get to here. There's the punch, and there's Moro right there in the Big Bang attack position. And Vegeta is looking to be in some trouble for sure as he's looking up, shocked that Moro knows that move. And there is the Big Bang attack. So at this point, we have a Big Bang attack directed, full speed ahead at Vegeta. Will he be able to move? Will he be able to deflect it? Will he be saved by somebody else? That is the question. This is not the cliffhanger for the manga chapter, though. It's just the one for us. These are the early pages of the chapter, so there's going to be a lot more story and a lot more things that happen. One good thing about Dragon Ball Super's manga is that it's, usually longer than traditional weekly manga, so we have more content to talk about and more things happen in the story. I do wish it was weekly, but, what can you do? So yeah, that's pretty much it. The manga chapter will be out on the 20th. We should have spoilers prior to that. And then from there, I'll cover them and we'll go from there. I'm sure we'll have a lot of videos discussing this chapter. And we may actually do a live stream after the chapter comes out on the 22nd, right around then. But I'll let y'all know, in a video or in the community tab, I'll let y'all know. Remember, if you sign up for a membership, the community tab is how I tell you stuff. So make sure you check out the community tab on the channel. That being said, thank you again, guys. If you like this video, I'll link a few more here for you to watch. Let me know what you think about this chapter 20 stuff. I think, hey, let's see what happens. But I think this chapter is going to be mostly Moro just kicking their ass. That's my prediction. Let me know what your predictions are. Thank you, and we'll talk soon. Stop this damn thing. No, I'm fine. Anyways, I lost my mouse there. Anyways, love you guys. Talk to you soon.